So there's a bit of a pivot on the Bunny Bungalow. So I wanted to kind of explain what the changes are. Obviously this is an evolving project. So we are cutting the budget. I am not going to be getting a replacement shed. I'm going to be using our existing shed, and we are going to be storing things in the front half, and then the bunnies will have the back half. They're still going to have about 26 to 37 square feet of roaming space, depending on how I decide to lay it out. I do have future plans for an outdoor run, but that is obviously well after we get them established in their actual shed. So I have really pulled back on the plans a lot. So I'm planning on, obviously we're still insulating the shed. I am going to be using 3/8 plywood to kind of build the walls themselves. And then I'm considering beadboard, but that will probably come later. I do have a cooling and heating unit, which I got for a really good deal. So I'll show you that. I'm not going to be doing vinyl on the flooring. I'm just going to be using their washable rugs, just because we're going to have that storage on the front half, and it's not a top priority for me. But I am going to be replacing the shelves that we have in there, because right now they're like bookcases. So I want to swap those out for like proper storage shelves. So I'll show you the layout for that. But a little bit of changes. So let's show you the unit that I actually got was this one. It does have heating and AC. It does have a dehumidifier built in, which is great. It covers up to 350 square feet, which is well more than I need. It does have a window unit attachment. So I do have to connect it to the window that we have. But it does have a standard plug. Oh, that's the dehumidifier. But I was looking through some of the reviews photos, and it does have like a standard outlet plug, so I won't need to worry about any kind of fancy outlets needing to be installed. So pretty excited about that. I got that for like a little over 200, I think. Nope. Yeah, I got it for $202.60 after all of the discounts and things. So this was the original plan for, well, not the original plan, this is plan B. I was looking at some storage shelves. I was gonna get 4 so that way I could stack them 2 by 2, but I decided I just want one long consistent shelf, just so that way I'm not limited with how many totes. Like if I can only put 2 here, 2 here. This way, since it'll be one long shelf, I could do like 5 because I won't have those bars in the middle. But we have our shed doors, we have our shed window. This is where the gate will be into the bunny space. I do have 2 litter boxes to account for, their little castle. I typically keep them with 2 house hides. So, as you can see here, it's only 4 feet versus 5 with this layout with the longer shelves, because they don't take up quite as much. So the hope is that it'll work out a little better with these longer shelves. Now, this is if I had a blank slate. We do have my mouse is dying. We do have a loft over this space, so I am limited to the height of the shelves that I can get. But fingers crossed, the ones that I've picked should be okay. Which, let me show you those, which are 48 by 60 by 18. So I will have about 18 inches from the wall itself to the door. So this little nook right here, it'll fit perfect. Because that's 12, what is that, 15? It's represented 15 in here, but it is about 17 or 18 inches. So that way I can have those shelves take up as much depth as possible, can fit as much on them as possible. So those will replace the bookshelves that we have. Plus, since we'll have 2 of those, it will be a lot of storage space. So fingers crossed, everything will fit in there the way I need it to, and we'll have plenty of room to spare. So as far as the bunnies go, like I said, I'm going to be using those washable, reusable rugs. And then I am going to be using their pen fence that they have right now and just blocking it out. So that way I can have the gate here and come and go as I need to, and I don't have to worry about them getting out. Eventually, when we do the outdoor run, I will need to figure something out. But that is a very in the future plan. Like that's probably like late Q3, Q4 2026 project. That's not right now a worry. So that's our plan. Like I said, I already have the heating and AC unit, so I'm already done with that. I do need to purchase the plywood insulation and insulation holders, which if you've never worked with insulation before, that is a thing. You don't just plop it up. There is something to like hold it, especially for the ceilings. You need something that's going to hold it in place before you can get your plywood in place. So I'm very excited. As you can see, for the insulation, the plywood, and the shelves, it's a little over $1,000. So I'm hoping I can catch a good sale, some kind of rewards points. As you can see, I have all these little pop-ups. So that is the hope. We will see how it goes. And yeah, the one thing I did not account for was the shelf that I keep the majority of their stuff on. So that is something I need to consider. Which I don't think I'm going to be getting those cabinets anymore, like I mentioned in episode 1. So, TBD. We shall see. But thanks for letting me explain my pivot, because it very much is so. So, no extra shed. The whole shed's not going to be for the bunnies. They are going to be sharing space, and our budget is much smaller. We're going to be much more frugal and resourceful with how we're doing our project. So let me know if you have any experience with converting sheds, tips, tricks, things to avoid. I would very much appreciate that. But otherwise, I'll check in the next time that I'm in the shed cleaning stuff out. So see you on the next one.